President Trump this week declared the opioid epidemic a public health emergency, but he did stop short of declaring it a national emergency. It's a distinction which would have provided new immediate funds to fight the crisis. A new documentary called Heroin follows 3 women who are fighting the crisis, in effect at ground zero in Huntington, West Virginia. One of those heroines is Huntington's fire chief, Rader.
Major 1 responding.
I'm not really sure what a plateau is going to look like. You know, I see this as a countrywide problem that has the potential to bankrupt the country. You know, we conservatively estimated that Cabell County, and we're talking 96,000 people, spent probably about $100 million in health care costs associated with IV drug use in 2015. That's one small county and one small state. I can't even fathom what it's going to look like when it plateaus. But I know it will be welcomed.
Yes, ma'am. This was an overdose. We're clear returning.
Well, Huntington, West Virginia Fire Chief Rader joins me now right here in studio. Chief Rader, welcome to Meet the Press.
Thank you for having me.
I want to throw the statistics that you just said in that clip from the movie here a minute. 10% of the population of Cabell County is addicted. $100 million in medical costs over the last year and a half. One other statistic I'm throwing in there, 443% increase in overdoses in the last 2 years. And as you pointed out, one county out of more than 3,000 in this country.
Absolutely.
Take me through a day in the life.
Well, you know, it usually starts out slow, which is nice, but 26% of the time that my guys get a call, they climb on a fire truck, they're going to an overdose. And a lot of times...
How often do they get on the truck to fight a fire now?
Less than 9% of the time right now.
So most of the time that they get on a truck,
yes,
it's to deal with an overdose?
Yes, and 10% of that time it's a death. And it's not just a death, it's a death of a young person. It's a very negative experience for everybody involved, the first responders, the person who overdoses, the family of the person who overdoses. Probably about 50% of the time we have children involved, either watching or in the lives of the people who overdose. So it's a very negative all-day thing. Right now we average 5.3 overdoses a day in Huntington, West Virginia. That's a town of 49,000 people. The county has 96,000 people, and of the 64,000 that died last year, 132 of them died in Cabell County last year.
Is there a day that goes by that you don't deal with this issue?
No, I can't remember the last time. It's been years since we had a day where we didn't have an overdose.
Is it young, old, is it a mix, or is it mostly young?
In 2015, the youngest that we had was 12. The oldest was 78. There are no boundaries here. Socioeconomic, color, age, sex, there are no boundaries. We see it all.
The addiction for all of these folks. Right now, you call it IV drug use, which basically you're saying some form of heroin.
Yes.
They didn't start addicted to heroin.
No, they didn't. They started with pills. They started with a legal prescription. 80% of the people that I deal with daily started with a legal prescription to an opiate.
And this essentially triggered an addiction, and they just were searching for something else.
Yes. And now, once they're addicted, they're trying not to be dope sick. And being dope sick is like the flu times 10, excessive vomiting, diarrhea, they spike a fever, they have severe abdominal cramping. So that's what they're trying to prevent.
What do you, if you had an audience with President Trump, and just say, look, this is what I need in the next 30 days, describe what that would be.
First off, I need an unlimited supply of Narcan because I have to keep people alive before I can get them long-term treatment.
Now, Narcan still sort of feeds the addiction somewhat.
Some people say that. I don't see it that way because you have to be alive to get into long-term treatment. Right. So if I have to Narcan you multiple times, that's what we need to do. So
you're ecstatic that Walgreens is going to start selling this?
Absolutely ecstatic.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What else would you ask for?
I would ask for medically assisted detox, and I would certainly ask for more treatment beds.
What gives you hope?
What gives me hope? We have plenty of people in our town that are in long-term recovery, and they are healthy, happy, tax-paying citizens.
And it's worked.
And it has worked. People do recover, and I feel like we do need to focus on the positives that we are experiencing daily.
Chief Rader, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No. Thank you for everything that you're doing fighting on the front lines. That's public service.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
very much. By the way, the documentary Heroin is just one of the 16 films that will be screened at the first ever Meet the Press Film Festival. It's in collaboration with the American Film Institute. It's happening November 13th right here in Washington, D.C. We're pretty excited about it. It's part of our anniversary celebration. Tickets are on sale now at nbcnews.com/mtpfilm. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and then click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.